brother, you messed me up in this movie. Oh, you messed me up so bad.
The
Ah,
thing is, we are some messed up people in it, and that's why we've come to the room. Our lives are not going well. My marriage is a disaster, and I dug this ditch for myself that I can't see out of. I think I'm smart, and I've channeled my rage and grief, and I think my wife's the one who's messed up, and then life comes along and mugs us both.
yeah, that was the interesting part, that he thought there was issues with her. And at the end of the day, they both had their issues, but she kind of ended. It's like they almost flip-flopped emotions and roles by the end of the film, don't you think?
I've seen this film by myself and with on a screener with my family, but I saw it with an audience for the first time the other day. I
Oh,
remembered
wow. What
something
was
that I'd
that like?
forgotten. It was amazing because I'd forgotten that the first time I read it, the main thing I felt was, what the hell happens next? I was desperate to find out how this is going to play out. It's gripping, Have these four people come into a room, they have no reason for this day to go well. It's written so beautifully and in such a human way that, it surprises you as it goes. And I'd forgotten that thriller element. But yeah, it's what happens in it, where things turn, where the layers fall off. That's our plot. Those are spoilers I'm keen not to go into.
I'm not trying to make you talk about no spoilers,
All right.
Jason. I was just trying to ask you how you feel about the movie.
It's an embarrassing thing because all I want to say to people is go and see it in the theater, and it's great. And as soon as you start breaking it down, I'm frightened of telling people what happens. It's great to know what happens, what the story is. The story is four people, these two couples who meet, but even when you tell them what happened to those couples before, that one, there's a school shooting and two parents of the shooter and two of the victim, I think it's slightly misleading because for me, this is a film about seeing over divisions. About if you carry hatred in your heart, if you carry blame, if you think there are other people in the world responsible for why your life's going badly, that's what this is about, because it's as much based on the South African Truth and Reconciliation Commission as it is meetings between the parents of people who are involved in school shootings. It's
Oh,
about
that's a really good
marriages.
point. That's a really good point.
I mean, this is as much about my marriage with Martha in the room as it is
Yeah.
with the parents of the kid that shot our kid. How do you wake up every day, or how do you wake up and not carry so much baggage that you can't move? How do you let go of resentment and hatred and blame that is just crippling you and not doing anybody any, not harming the person you hate at all?
Yeah.
And how do you get in a room with people? How do you ever get over seeing other people as one-dimensional? Like just writing them off as human beings. And the answer is contact, human contact, which we've all been missing for the last year and a half. Real human
You
contact.
a deep brother, Jason. You broke that all the way down for me. I appreciate you for that.
It's a deep film.
I really do. The moment that struck me the most for you is the moment where you're speaking about 6 minutes. You know what I'm talking about?
That's the bit where I express my emotion. But I come in there thinking that I don't have that inside me because I'm above it. I'm objective. I've managed to turn this into something, the activism and stuff. And I get sideswiped. This stuff erupts from me. But actually, some of the most emotional things are when I'm listening. I'm just not showing it. No, the great genius of Fran's writing is the most powerful things happen to people when they're not speaking a lot of the time.
This is true.
And human film in that way.
It is a very human film. Well, that is my time, Jason. It
Oh
was
no, I'm just
wonderful.
getting warmed up. What a shame.
I know you were trying to give me a hard time, but that's all right. I love you anyway. Take it light. I'll see you later.